Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bruno and this is another installment of Hombre Kitchen. In this video, I'm actually going to be showing you guys my version of my Mexican rice or Spanish rice. Now, there are a lot of ways to make Spanish rice, but this is going to be my version and I hope you guys like it. Alright, let's get to the ingredients right away here. First one, obviously, it's going to be the rice. This is going to be 2 cups or about 1 pound of rice. This is extra long grain white rice. You can use what you want. I also have extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to be using about a quarter cup of this. And I also have bell pepper. This is going to be about a wedge that I just cut into chunks. This is going to add flavor to the rice as well. And of course, onion. This is going to be just a wedge as well. You can use as much as you like. And again, this is just going to add flavor. Now, something that I want to point out, what I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using tomato paste to flavor and to tint the rice a nice reddish orange color. Normally, I use a tomato bouillon or tomato base flavored with chicken to make this, but for the sake of the video and to show you guys that there are different ways to make it, you can use the tomato paste, and I'm going to be using alongside of that with a chicken base. But the chicken base that I'm going to be using is sodium free. This is a little more healthier way to make it. I understand the apprehension of using these chicken or tomato bouillon cubes or bases because of the high sodium. But keep in mind, you're not going to eat this whole thing in one sitting. I really use the rice as flavoring because I don't like white rice or brown rice. So this is my alternative. And finally, the last ingredient is going to be water. I'm going to be using 4 cups of water. So I'm going to be using a skillet here. It measures about 11 inches wide. It's going to be about 2 inches thick. And you can actually use a heavy bottom skillet that does tend to retain a lot of residual heat. So just be mindful that you don't burn your rice. All right, let's get to the cooking right away. Now I have the pan set to a high heat right now. And I'm going to be using this measuring spoon just to show you guys. It's going to be quarter cup. You can use Pam if you're afraid of the calories or afraid of the fat content. I completely understand. Again, once again, I'm not going to be eating this entire rice in one sitting. I mostly use this to add a lot of flavor to the food that I eat. Because if you don't enjoy what you're eating, it's going to suck. So I'm going to add my rice because I know my oil's heated up right now. As you can see, that's cooking away right there. I'm going to fry up that rice. And the whole point of this is because I actually want to develop flavor right away, right from the get-go. So I'm adding in the bell pepper and I'm adding in the onion. That's going to turn into a nice brown golden color. And as you can see, I'm going to stir that rice around, get that coated nicely with the oil. All right, now that the rice has been cooking for a little bit here, you actually see it's been developing that color. It's kind of light golden, light brown, and that's exactly what you want. You can go a little bit more, but just be mindful that once you get to this stage, it's going to brown up pretty quickly. So just be mindful of that and continue to stir so you don't end up burning it. Because if you burn it, you got to start all over again, and that sucks. Once I actually get to this stage, I actually want to go ahead and add in my 4 cups of water. And make sure you keep that on high heat at this point. You want to get that rice to get right back up to a boil as quickly as possible. Now watch out for that steam since it is on a high heat. Don't just dump it in or make sure you just add it in slowly. All right, and to this I'm actually going to add in my tomato paste. And what I did is I added about half the can and I added a little water to the can in the dish here, and I kind of made it into a slurry rather than just a paste. It'll actually help it dissolve a lot better and it won't clump up so much when you have it in the pan there. So that's just a little bit of a tip. And I'm also going to add in the chicken bouillon packet. Now I'm just going to add in one just because I'm not real big on this, but it does add a little flavor. You can add more than one. Now what I also like to do, I like to add pepper. I'm big on pepper. So I actually grind that into there. And I'm just going to give that a quick stir just to kind of help it dissolve. All right, now as you can see, it's coming back to a simmer, but I wanted to get into like a high, not so much of a boil, but just a high simmer. So I'm just gonna let it keep going. That's turning into like a little tomato soup sort of consistency color, and that's exactly what I want. You want it to be in sort of a high simmer. No, just let it be. Don't mess with it. As you can see, it's simmering away nicely and exactly what you want. Now, I normally don't do this, but just for the sake of the video, I want to show you guys the way it's going along here. And you can kind of see it's starting to absorb a little water. But I normally just leave it alone. Once it's dissolved, once you got the tomato paste and all your ingredients in there, you normally just want to leave it alone. And you want to leave it alone till you get to this point right here. You see those little holes there? Look like little geysers sticking out. That's exactly what you want. You want to keep it at the high heat at this point. Just keep going. Don't worry about burning at this point. Just keep going. You'll still see the water. As long as you see water, you're still good. And within a few minutes, what's going to end up happening is you're actually going to go ahead and see the water start to slowly disappear more and more and more rapidly. Once you get to that point, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to use your spoon in the center of the actual rice. You actually want to make a little hole in there and you want to check how much water is left. If you see the bottom of the pan looks a little dried out, then that's at that point you want to go ahead and leave it at a low heat. Once I see that, I see basically the water is pretty much almost gone. I turn it down to a low heat and I cover it. And I just let it cook the rest of the way. Doing it this way will ensure that you get the nice grain separation and it cooks fully through. The whole point of covering it is it basically cooks it the rest of the way through on a low heat. And just leave it like that. Don't worry about it. This particular recipe, as you can see, there is no timer on this. This is all visual and all tasting. It's a very simple recipe. There's a specific reason why I didn't give any timer. You kind of just eyeball it. And it seems a little weird to say that, but it's true. What you want at the end is you want that the bottom to be no water, and the water is going to be all absorbed by the grains of the rice. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. There are many ways to make rice. If you are interested in other ways that I can make rice, like poblano rice, I can make avocado rice, and many others, to be honest with you. Give me a shout out. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in seeing any other rice versions. I appreciate you guys watching today. Consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and thank you guys for watching again. Bye.